Welcome back, guys, to another episode of The Road to Code. My name is Gerard.
And I'm John.
And I am Vic.
This is episode 8.
Right.
Number 8.
Numero 8 in French.
And if you guys would like to support us in this cool little show that we got going on, we have a Patreon that I could show you. On the first level of Patreon, we have a $5 a month where you get a free coffee mug, Road to Code coffee mug, and early notifications of our YouTube videos, and a yearly postcard expressing our appreciation. And then our next level, $8 a month, you get everything from tier 1. And then also, if you subscribe, you get to be a guest host on our podcast every quarter, and get to talk about technology with us. And then our VIP Patreons, $10 a month, get everything from the previous tiers, and also get the raw footage of each episode, and get to see all of our mess ups and screw ups.
A lot of bloopers and blunders.
But yeah, that's what we got.
Very cool. Jonathan.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get right into it. What are we going to be talking about in this episode?
All right, so we're continuing with our kind of login page. So we're going to create the login API controller, and then also add some logic to the login repository.
Yeah, cool. Share your screen. Let's get started.
Let's make sure it still works.
Yeah, let's do a quick dry run, a little smoke test, a little bit of beer tasting.
Cool. So we did our login page last time.
Yep.
And that still works.
Cool. All right. Let's get into some coding. So I think the first thing that we need to do is we need to create a login model. So remember how we did the register, where you pass in the email, the password, and a confirmed password, and on the server you receive it as an object. So we need to add this to the C# as a C# class.
Okay. And it's going to be in the
models request. Okay, see where your register model's at? Down. Oh, you know what? Let me show you a trick, because your project is starting to grow in size. So if you want to start being able to search, you look at the top where it says search solution, type in register model, or just register. You see how it filters down?
There we go.
So go ahead and double click in there, and then remove the filter. And because we're following the file itself, in that same folder, that's where you're going to want to add the login model.
All right.
And so that's just going to have the email and password as properties. And for these, what we're going to have to do is we got to make them required. We don't care about checking that it's a valid email or that the password meets certain requirements. The user should just know their email and should just know their password. We're not going to help them when they're logging in, and it's more for the security aspect of it. And so there's a little squiggly line under there. So we have to go and include a namespace called data annotations. Yep, the first one. Sweet. So this gives us the model that we're going to send in from React. So if we send in the JSON structure, it's going to match the email and password.
All right.
Now let's go add some code to the user controller. User controller, you can do it after line 29. And then, did you change your resolution?
Oh no.
Let's make it easy for the kids at home. We'll fix the resolution. There we go. So much better.
Yes.
Cool. So here we are with the login account async. This is the API endpoint where the login model is going to come in. Let's go ahead and fix these errors. Over the user account, let's go ahead and hover over that and show potential fixes. We need to bring in that namespace. Yep. Is it, oh, I think you have just a user repository. You don't have an underscore on yours.
Oh.
There we go. So let's go generate that method. Now, what's going to happen is that this is going to generate the method in the interface class. So if you right click on that login async and go to definition, see how it brings you to the interface? Mm-hmm. So in order to get to the class, right click on the iUser repository and go to the implementation. So this is where you implement the code. Now there should be an error that'll come up pretty soon here. There we go. And now you can go and fix show potential fixes and implement the interface. Cool. Let's do a control MO just to collapse all the so line 50 is where your login account is located. So let's expand that one. And this is where you want to start your code. Cool. So let's talk about what we just did here. So line 52, 53, 54, and 55. Those are link and lambda expressions. So essentially what we're doing is, normally, Jonathan, I would have you go and write a store procedure that would go and search for the record of the user based on the email. And then you would have to write ADO.NET, create a user, a SQL connection, call the store procedure, pass in parameters, the whole thing, convert all that into some data that you can use. Since we're using Entity Framework does all that for you. And it does it based on the context, because we told it that the user account is equivalent to the table in SQL Server. So we can go and say where the email from the user account is equal to the model email. And then you're just going to grab the first or the default. And that is going to either give you the record or it's going to give you a null value. And so that's how you would go and query the data in the database using Entity Framework. So if we get a null value on line 56, we're saying if the user is null, then we say, hey, the email doesn't even exist. And then we're calling a function that doesn't exist just yet. We're actually going to create it in a moment. But if the user is null, we throw an authentication exception. Let's go ahead and hover over authentication exception and bring in the namespace for that. Yep, that's it. And we're going to go and verify the password. So we're passing in the password that the user gave us. We're going to pass in the password hash that we stored and the password salt that we have in the database. And then we're going to run a comparison, and we'll see how we're going to do that right now. You can go ahead and hover over verify password and go ahead and generate that method. And let's go ahead and put that code in there. All right, so let's talk about what this has. So remember in the, let's cut and paste this function and put it up next to the, where we encrypt the password. Let's go put it up where it says generate password hash. Let's put those two side by side. Line 14. Yeah, put it under or over under. That's fine. And go ahead and expand generate password hash. So here in the generate password hash, it uses the HMAC SHA-512, which is basically just a hashing algorithm. It gives the key to the password salt, and then it computes the hash based on the password, and it converts it to a password hash, right? So what we end up doing is we have to do the same thing, and then we have to go and compare letter by letter on both hashes, because we can never unencrypt that password. There's just not, it's not possible. It's a one-way encryption, and there's nothing that can unencrypt it. So we can never figure out what that password is. So the only way to do it is to encrypt the password that's coming in, and then do letter by letter comparison on the encrypted, on the hashed value. So that's essentially what we're doing. We're saying, hey, go and get me this, the HMAC SHA-512. Here's the password salt that we're going to use. And then go and compute the hash on the password that I'm given. And then we're just going to spin through every single letter, every single character, and we're going to compare. The moment that we find a computed hash value character that doesn't match, we're like, up, throw a false. This is a incorrect password. But if we get through that whole iteration process and every single character matches, then we return a true and we say, yep, this is a verified password. We're good to go. So we use that password or that verified password down below, right? So you scroll down to the login account. You see in line 73, we say, hey, if this password is not verified, and we do that with the bang sign in the beginning, we say password is incorrect. Otherwise, we go ahead and return the user. We're good to go. This isn't the safest way to do it. This is just kind of the entry level method of authenticating, because in our next episode, we're actually going to secure it even more by implementing some more security in there. So for now, this is what we're going to use just to authenticate the user, but just know that there's going to be a next part that's going to make it even more secure for us.
Cool.
Let's give this a try in Postman. Let's make sure that it works in Postman before we go and give it a shot in React. Oh, wait. We forgot one thing before we test it in Postman. We have to add the proxy.
That is in the setup proxy.
Setup proxy. So you can do a search.
All right. We just add the proxy right here.
Now we can go and test it. I think. I think that's it. Pretty sure that's it.
So we need the.
Make sure that let's go look at the URL. Let's go look at go to the browser.
Oh. Oops.
Oh, did it come up?
No.
So localhost 44,402. And then, yeah, it'll be /API /user. User or users?
User.
User /login. And then it's going to be a post, not a get. And then in the body, you're going to put in raw and then switch it to JSON. And then put in a JSON in the box. So open, close curly braces. Email not found. What's the email address?
The valid one?
No, on your database.
Oh.
On your local database. Go ahead. That should be right. That should be fine.
Okay.
And then look at the databases and look at your users. There you go. It's iJack213 or Vic. Remember your password? I think Vic at Gmail is password 1 exclamation.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Maybe it's lowercase.
No, it requires an uppercase, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's just password 1. Try Vic 1, maybe. One of these has to be right.
Like all my passwords were.
There we go.
There we go.
So right now we're returning the whole record, which is incorrect. We shouldn't be doing this. This is a huge security risk. But for the stepping stone of implementing the true security, I wanted to get this part done first because the other part's a little bit more complicated. And so it'll take us a little bit more time to put it together. And I wanted to get this part out of the way so that we can say, hey, login is working, you know,
Yeah.
and then we'll secure it after. So now that we know this is working, Jonathan, I'm going to present you with another challenge.
Okay.
Let's go into React and you implement the Ajax call to go and log in a person, just like you do the register. You can do the login. And if they log in successfully, we give them the green check mark and we reroute them back to the homepage. If we get a message, we display that error message and we keep them on that page and was like, hey, it failed. And here's the message because we're already getting the message.
All right.
We should have all that code in the register. There you go. All the.
This is it.
Yep.
So we start on the.
So on the submit. So can we put these two side by side or top and bottom? However you feel. Okay, there you go. And so, all right, so we have the set status, we have the console log. So we can start on the Axios on line 14.
This is the API.
And then after users /login. I think you probably just copy line 19 through 23 and put all that in there. And then you can just copy the then. There you go. And then, you know, the catch is the one that we're going to have to play with a little bit, but you can pretty much copy that catch.
That goes after line 24.
And then put a semicolon at the end of 35 on yours and 38 on the left. You need that. Yeah. Let's give it a run for the money. I think this might work.
Okay.
Let's give it a shot.
Let's check it out.
You may have to do a refresh and open up your console on the inspection. Yeah, the inspection tools.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to run it. I don't think you're running it.
Oh.
Let's go ahead and stop it and start it again. You actually need that console window up.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't shut it down. That's what's actually running your application. Oh, unexpected use of history. This is in the login. Did we bring in a namespace?
Wait.
Oh, you know what? Let's go to the very top of the function on your left on the register. I think. Yeah. You see on line 9, See, you're missing that line.
After function.
After function. Conjunction, junction. What's your function?
Should do it.
Let's open up your tools.
Yeah.
What? The first time?
Cool.
Let's log you in with the wrong password.
Okay.
We don't know your password anyways. So.
Imagine I get it right. Sorry.
But you know what? We're not getting the message itself. The error message. Can we go look at the code where we're logging in the catch? Catch title, sorry. So error response data. Can we can you log? Oh, you are logging the error right there. Oh, but it's happening after. Can we move line 34 up to line 29? Right there. Let's save that and then see if we can get the
refresh.
Sure. Let's go look at the code again. I knew we were going to run into this problem, actually. So we have see that error response data title. We don't have anything in there. And in that console log is not giving us what we want. So instead of console log, let's put a debugger statement in there so that we can step through the code. Yeah, let's go and save that. And then let's try to log in. All right, so hover over the error. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's just error request failed, huh? Oh, there you go. Error response data.
Where is that? Oh.
So look at the response.
Response.
Data.
Data.
So this one is giving it to us in the data. So we need to get rid of the title. We don't have a title in there. So yeah, let's just get rid of title on line 33 and 35. Yeah. Let's go ahead and remove the debugger as well. Password is incorrect.
Cool.
All right, so let's put a wrong email, like put ijack312.
Email not found. Nice.
Very nice. Yeah. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's a step in the right direction. Not exactly where we want to be, but we'll get there. I say we push these changes up to the to Azure. Man, look at all those files you're gonna be checking in.
Hold on.
If we were in a corporate world, that's like, wait. These are too many files, Jonathan. Let's do a code review together.
Authenticate or
Login.
login. Oh. Do it.
Let's do it. And then let's go to DevOps. And with the magic of video editing. All right. Oh, finalizing job. Let's head over to the releases.
Oops. Deploy.
Did it do it? No, this was on 3.7.
Oh,
Go back to the releases. Oh, there it is. Follow the little blue. There it goes. And once again, through the magic of video editing.
Oh, wow.
All right. Let's head on over, open up another tab, and let's fire up Portal. Who's in the Azure database? It's you and I, right?
Mm-hmm.
So add Beej.
Register.
Register Beej.
Right.
Oh, I think, didn't you guys already do that?
On the Azure database? Check the Azure database, Jonathan.
Oh,
I don't
maybe
think,
not.
I don't think you're in there.
Oh, we do have Beach.
No, that's on your local. Go check
Oh.
your Azure database. The Azure database is the one on top. Yep.
No,
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
have you.
Yeah. Let's add Beej.
Secret password.
Super secret, super duper.
All right.
Nice.
Success.
Let's try a wrong password first.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Sorry.
And then do the wrong email. Beej1.
Uh-oh.
Now,
Nice.
third time's a charm.
Ultimate test.
The acid test.
All right. Oh,
Nice.
we need to change this to say
Oh, yes.
log in.
All right. We'll have to put that in the notes for the next show. I don't think we want to sit through another build right now. We'll fix that on the next show. So good catch though. So, very cool. So yeah, this was a little bit of encryption, a little bit of comparing encrypted values and whatnot. What do we got in store for? Well, first of all, what do we got in store for the next episode?
We are going to have anyone if anyone would like to register, we'll shout them out. So try to register in our Zignificant Web app. That'd be great. And then we'll also continue with the web API that will authenticate the registered user. And we'll be adding more security by implementing some more JSON web tokens, just to make it safe.
Yeah. It's also known as JWT. So that's kind of the acronym, right, that they have for it. So
Yeah.
man, this is a lot of work. A lot of work. How can people show us some appreciation, Jonathan?
Please show us appreciation by going to buymeacupofcoffee.com/theroadtocode and buy us 3 cups of coffee.
Yeah, that'd be kind of nice. I mean, we could share one. I mean, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But 3 would be nice. So
Yeah.
cool. Well, until next time.
Peace out.